Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Beth and this is Spiral Path Arts, and as promised I am doing a week in review. And so this week was full of work projects, little projects around the house and the yard and things, and some fun adventures. Of course, I ended last week and began this week with my annual trip to the Mid-South Women's Herbal Conference. This year it was at Camp McDowell here in Alabama, and it was a wonderful weekend. Got to see a lot of friends that I only get to see very rarely now because of moving here, and wonderful classes and all the things. Just a wonderful, fulfilling weekend. Also, if you watched my last video and saw the things that I made, I got the opportunity to vend at this event. And I got a lot of very positive feedback from the items that I took to my vendor booth, and a fair number of sales. On that note, by the time this, hi Henry, this video goes live, so by the time you're watching this, I will have the unsold items, or most of them, up on my website, and I will put a link in the description as well as right here on the screen over Big Boy's body here. So if you're interested in any of the items that I made that you might like to purchase, please follow that link, and I will do my best. No, I will not do my best. I will get them mailed as soon as possible. Hi, Henry, you're such a good boy. Miss Lilith is taking a nap. These guys missed me while I was out of town, and they're just very, very, very attentive right now. Okay. So after I rested and recovered from my very busy weekend, I did have a little opportunity to get some outdoor work done because the weather cooperated. Hi, baby. And so while I was doing that, I got weeding done and garden cleanup. Oops, I got a pile I missed. Today's job was to weed and cut back my front garden, my zinnias and some of the other annuals and things that I allowed to grow too big, take over, and all the weeds that were growing under them. And when I'm doing jobs like that, Many people would consider those types of jobs mindless jobs, pulling weeds, deadheading flowers, vacuuming, doing dishes, those types of jobs. I try to approach those mindless jobs with a sense of mindfulness. While I let my body and my hands just do the work mindlessly, I allow my mind to open itself up and receive the lessons, the messages from the plants, from the work, from spirit. And today I got a number of lessons. One of the lessons was, well, the first lesson was do what you can do. Do what's right in front of you and set aside the things that you aren't going to get to today and don't worry about them. Progress is better than perfection, and just focus on the little patch of ground that's right under your hands, right in front of you, the plant that needs trimming back and supported, and focus on that. Another lesson from today's work was sometimes you have to cut back. You have to clear space. You have to rid yourself of things that no longer serve, that are no longer providing beauty or joy into your life. And often in those parts that you're cutting back, there might still be little blossoms, little buds, dead seed heads that offer something that you can save and you can take on to the next season. You can make a bouquet out of the blossoms that are still healthy and beautiful on the branch that needs to be cut back. You can take the dead seed heads and harvest the seeds to use in the next year's season to grow. But usually, or often, those things just need to be cut back. They served you once, they were beautiful, and this applies to possessions, relationships, jobs, things, all kinds of things you can take this lesson toward and get rid of what's serving you. Thank them for the lesson. Take from it what you can still salvage and use and enjoy, and get rid of the dead parts, the ugly parts, the parts that are in your way of living the life you want to live, having the garden you want to have, the house you want to have, the relationships you want to have. And often, also, I noticed while I was out there that clearing space allows space for other things to grow in your life. I was able to clear out things that were choking out my rose bushes. So now, going into the beautiful days of late summer and fall down here in Alabama, our summer's going to last a little longer. Our fall is not going to get here fully for at least a few weeks. But now that I've cleared space of the summer excess, there's room for my roses to bloom, to breathe, to grow, and put on new growth for fall and going into next year. So there you have it. Those are my lessons from my garden today and things that I'm taking with me and learned this week, or relearned as the case may be, because this is the spiral path, and on our spiral path, some lessons have to come around and around and around again through different seasons of our life until we learn that lesson and it can spin out and share with others and make room for a new lesson. So I hope your life is bountiful and full of joy and beauty, and it's helping you to focus on the things that bring you joy and beauty and the kind of life you want to live. and making space for that. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to go get cleaned up, get this bright red pink face that's matching my shirt today, cooled off and refreshed, and see what the rest of the day's lessons might be for me. I ended the week with a little semi-local adventure with a friend. We went down to, is it down or over? Either way, to Gee's Bend, Alabama, for the annual airing of the Quilts Festival. And it is always so inspiring. And we had beautiful weather again this year. And we really got to see some beautiful quilts and talk to some wonderful people. And again, hear the history of the people and the ancestors there in Gee's Bend. So if you're a quilter or even not a quilter, it's just a wonderful afternoon. Hi, baby. Also, not videoed, but still very important work. I did get a day to start cleaning out that back bedroom in preparation for getting it painted and getting it finished and hopefully getting in there. Can I hope that I get moved in there by Thanksgiving? I think that's a reasonable hope. Oh, you don't want to be on camera? Henry wants to be on camera. Anyhow, so that is started, and I will show you progress as I work along in there, but I did get a lot of the stuff moved out of there and moved into the hallway. But thank you so much for sticking with me and being here, and your comments and your likes and your follows and your subscriptions. I really appreciate every single one of them. And so does Henry, and so does Lilith. Hi, baby. So anyhow, thanks for being here, and we will see you next week. One of these weeks I'm going to do nothing, and I won't have anything to share, but I'll always share these too. All right. Take care of yourself. Peace out.